Yeah, thank you very much. Guys, again I am telling, please be safe. Please be safe in your home. Don't go outside for any unnecessary work. It is spreading like anything, sir, Corona. Please be aware. In my village, another two cases are reported, sir. In my village, another two cases are reported. So, again, I'm telling. So, it is a little bit tense here. Again, I'm telling. So, I'm asking you to please stay indoors. And if you have urgent work, go with precautions. Go with precautions means having mask and everything. So, today the class is about how to test Angular project. How to provide test case for Angular project. Observe here, sir. Here you need to understand how to do the Angular testing. Let me save this one. Notes 44 Angular test. So very simple, sir. I have a function m1. Now let me have add I comma j. Return I plus j. So I am giving very simple examples. So right now, how to test this? How to test this function? So this is the logic I am writing. I want to know whether it is working or not. I want to know whether it is working or not. How you are going to test this? How you are going to test this one? By calling the function. Do you agree with the thing, sir? By calling the function. Observe. Add. What is the one, sir? 10 comma 20. Now observe. Where or let result equal to. Now observe. If result equal to 30. Console dot log success. Else console dot log failure. Console dot log failure. So this is what a simple testing logic or not? Simple testing logic. Do you agree with the thing, sir? So I write a function. How you are going to testing this one, sir? By calling the function with the sample test data. This is your this is your sample test data, and this is your actual result. And verifying actual result with the expected result. If both are matches, sir, we have a success and we have a failure. Otherwise we have a failure. This is what we called as what? Test case logic. We call this one as what, sir? Test case logic. So in Angular, how to write the test case for our things is your today's class. Is our today's class. So right now, observe. Right now I have what's a class. In this class, what is the class name? Reverse pipe means whatever the data I'm giving to this one, it automatically reverse the string. Sir, how this class? How to test this class by using a simple pipe here. Observe how to call the method, sir. How to call the method? By creating the object. How to create object, sir? Constant pipe equal to new reverse pipe. What is the next one? Expect. So right now, this is what we are calling, and this is your expected result. If it is not matching, sir, now tell me our application implementation is correct or wrong. Suppose this result is not matching with the expected result. Our implementation is correct or wrong, sir? Our implementation is wrong. So in this way, we are going to identify. So right now, how to write this code, sir? Very simple. The first one, how to write a test script. How to write a test script. What is the first thing we are going to write? Describe. This is the thing, sir. Observe. This is what we have the test script. Now observe. Describe. What is the one, sir? I am testing a reverse pipe testing. So what is the one, sir? Reverse pipe testing. So right now, this is my test case. In a test case, we may have so many methods, sir. In a test case, we may have so many methods. So what is the first? What is the method I am creating right now? Observe. This is my test method. This is my test method. So it is nothing but testing with ABC input and output should be CBA. This is my test method. Now observe in this one, let us first do this one. Let obj equal to new, what is the one, sir? Reverse pipe. I am creating the object for what, sir? Pipe. Now what is the one, sir? Object dot. So I'm going to write obj dot. What is the method? Transform. And what is the value I'm giving? ABC. Observe. ABC equal to string. It is nothing but I'm going to say let value. So this is the transformed value. This value, if value equal to what is the transformed value should be, sir? CBA. What is the one we are going to write? Console dot log success. Otherwise, what is the one, sir? Else. Console dot log failure. So this is the way I'm going to write my test case. This is the way I'm going to write my test case. But observe, every time in each and every test case, we need to write this kind of condition. That is why they are providing one simple method. What is the one, sir? Expect value. Whatever the value to be equal to what, sir? The CBA. So this is what the easiest code. Instead of calling and storing, instead of this one, I can directly provide here also in one line. So this is a logic. So right now you can write in one line or you can write it in multiple lines. It doesn't matter, sir. So this is a actual code. This is a code. Observe how you are going to simplify this one. Expect. Call the application. What is the one, sir? How to call the application logic? Object dot transform. What is the input I'm giving? ABC. This one should be, there are so many things are there to verify equal to everything. What is the one? It should be equal to what, sir? CBA. So in this way, I can verify my test scripts. So right now, which one is simple, sir? This one or this one according to the performance? Which one is good? Highlighted one or the next line according to the performance, sir? Second one. Means most of the time in the companies we are going to write this one. Sir, where I need to write this code? So again I'm asking, this code we need to write in a separate file. We call this one as a what file, sir? Spec file. We call this one as a what file, sir? Spec, specification, text spec. What is the one, sir? Test specification file or test case file. So right now, what is the file I am creating? Reverse pipe is my actual pipe logic. How you are going to test this one? create the object and call the method and verify the result. Call the method and verify the result. So how to run this one? How to run this one? Let me show you. CMD ng test. I guess we already discussed this one in the starting classes about what this command, ng test command. See, sir, how many specs are good? 5 specs are good. Suppose I will give you one simple thing. I'm modifying the reverse pipe logic. I have some problem in the implementation. I have some problem in the implementation. Suppose observe some implementation is problem. I started with the one. So let me run this one. See, sir, what is the one? 5 specs, one failure. And what is the failure here? The value is matching or not matching, sir? Not matching. At that time, if your implementation is wrong, we can easily identify with our testing code or not. That is why we will go for what, sir? Testing. Sir, how to write the test code? Very simple. Let me write it for you. You need to give the pipe name reverse pipe dot spec.ts. That is the actual logic, sir. Now here I'm going to write the first one. What is the one, sir? Describe. Write the description about the test case, comma, function. So this is our test case, sir. So what is the one? Reverse pipe testing. Reverse pipe testing. Okay, I have the test one. So in this one, I can write the test method. How to write the test method, sir? 8. So again, write the test method description. Testing transform method. Testing transform method with input ABC and expecting CBA, comma, function. The logic I need to write for this test method. The logic I need to write this for this test method. Now here we will write our test logic. What is our test logic, sir? By calling the function and verify the output. So very simple. Let obj object equal to what, sir? How to create object for any class? Reverse pipe, creating by using new operator. Next one, expect. Call the method obj dot what is the one? Transform. What is the value I am giving? ABC. It should be equal to. There are other variations also there. It should be equal to what, sir? CBA. That is my expectation. So in this way, I will write the test script for my application. In this way, I'll write the test script for my application. So how to run this one, sir? We are going to run by using very simple one. What is the method we are having, sir? Ng test. What is the command we are having? Ng test. It will execute all the specifications in our project. So right now, let me modify this value. Yes, Satish, it purely identify based on the naming convention only. Again, I'm telling it is a standard we need to follow. What is the one, sir? It is a standard we need to follow. So this is the way it will identify the one. Sir, how to test the how to test the component. Before component, let us see the service, sir. Again, I'm telling this is for in let me ask my question myself, sir, how many times, so let us simulate the scenario, how many times you write the test script in your project, sir? If I have the time, I will write the test script code. If I have the time, I will write the test script code. So again, I'm telling, so when we have the time, sir, to complete our project, that is time sufficient for writing the code itself. Forget about the testing. Anyway, testing job most of the time it is going to be complete by testers. But sometimes companies will force you to develop the test scripts as part of the standards. As part of the standards, at the time we need to write these test scripts. At the time we will write the test scripts. If you have the time, if you have the time, you can write. But most of the time we don't have the, most of the scenarios we don't have the time to develop the code itself. The time is sufficient to develop the code itself. But some companies will force you, sir, as part of the standards to write the test script. You can count on like 5 or 10 companies will force you. But sometimes in the interviews they will ask you this question: can you how to write the test scripts? This is the thing you need to tell. So how many described methods in a test script I have? How many described methods in a test script I can have? In a one specification, how many how many described methods I can have in one file? In one file, one, sir. Most of the time one. But how many test methods I can have? How many test methods I can have? Multiple. How many test methods I can have? Multiple. So now tell me, in this one I am testing my reverse pipe. In this one I am testing my reverse pipe. So right now you can write another one like this. So now tell me how many describe methods I can have in my one specification file, sir? Only one. But how many test methods or how many test cases for one file, sir? Only one. How to write the test case, sir? By using the describe method. What is the next one, sir? How many test methods I can have? Only one. How many test methods I can have? Only one. Only one or multiple, sir? How many test methods I can have? Multiple. That is what in the interviews also they will ask you. Now you can write positive scenarios as well as the negative scenarios. You can give the positive scenarios as well as what's the negative scenarios also. So positive scenarios is what? Expecting a positive outcome. Negative scenarios is expecting what's the negative outcome. That is what you need to identify. So this is what about the testing related one. There are other ways of testing also. Let me show you all this code one by one. Again, I am asking, if you don't know, if you don't understand, that is totally fine, sir. But it is my job to explain everything. It is my job to explain everything. That is why I'm explaining, sir. It is little bit complex. Little bit complex. So right now observe, all Angular testing is available in what frame, what package, sir? Core. And we have the testing package there. Now in this one, I am asking one simple thing. For the pipe, it is a simple class. I can create the object for that. But what about the service, sir? In Angular project, are you creating the service object or Angular is providing the service object? In Angular project, are you creating the service object or Angular is providing the service object? In Angular, in Angular, in our project, are we creating or Angular is providing, sir? Angular is providing the service object. How it is providing the service object? Dependency injection or not? Very good, Satish. By using what concept? Dependency injection. Private variable name colon class name. You are simply telling what is the class and it is automatically providing the service or not. It is all. So that is why in testing also we need to follow the same approach. In testing also we need to follow the same approach. Right now observe test bed. We are using what is a class, test bed, and what is one? Configure testing module. Configure testing module, because we need to follow the same structure here. What is the one, sir? Observe imports. Right now your service internally using what is the one, sir? HTTP client. You are using what is the one, sir? HTTP client. That is why we are importing what is the service, what is the module, sir? HTTP client testing module. HTTP client testing module. Now observe, we get the service, we get the mock. So right now, whenever user call the method service dot get students, we want to verify the actual logic. So right now, I will give you one simple important point here. I will ask you one important point here. When we are testing, we need to test with live database or dummy database. You can tell me the answer, sir. When you are testing, we need to test with live database or dummy database. We need to test with live database or dummy database, sir. Very good, Basha. Very good, Bharat. Good, Satish. Very good, Reddy. Very good, Praveen. So right now we are going to replica of live. What we are going to do? We are going to give our live data in our WhatsApp dummy database. Now tell me this dummy data is consistent every time or not? Dummy data should be consistent or not? Do you agree with this one? This dummy data should be changed or should be same every time? Should be same every time, or for each and every test the data should be same? Should be same, it should not modified. That is why what we are doing, sir, right now I am testing only client program. So right now I'm giving one important point here. So right now I am you doing the unit testing, or I'm not doing the end-to-end testing. So right now observe, your client program communicate with the server program communicate with the database. Now you are testing the client program. Now you are testing the client program. Now the question, if you follow this scenario, if server program fails, your test fails or not? Your server program not providing the correct result. Your client test. Sorry guys, are you able to listen voice? Guys are able to see and able to listen the voice? Okay. So right now I am asking the question once again. You are testing the client program. Client program internally communicates with the server program. Server program internally communicate with the database. Suppose database is crashed, sir. Database is crashed. Your test will be a success and will be a failure. Your test will be a failure. Your test will be a failure. Why? Because your database cannot give the data. Now I am asking the question. If the test fails, we are going to say your client program code is wrong or not? If the test fails, sir, we are going to say what? Client program is problem. But actually, it is a client program problem or server program problem or database problem. It is a DB problem. So right now, if you do this kind of integration, we will get a issue. If you go in this kind of way, we will get what's a issue. That is why we are giving a mock, a dummy data. So if your test code communicate with the client program internally communicate with what's a mock data. So this is what mock testing we are doing. So right now observe, we are giving whenever service is expecting the data. Observe what is the answer. This is the code and it is expecting what's a get. What is the answer? We need to send the data. What is the data, sir? Dummy students. Now observe, whenever the we are asking service dot get students dot subscribe, what is the answer? We are expecting the data. That data always is what, sir? 2. And expect students 2 equal to what, sir? Dummy students. Now tell me, Right now, we are fixing our server access or no? We are fixing our server access. Suppose right now, if it fails, sir, if the test case fail, whose problem is that? Client code or server code? Now, if the test case fails, sir, what will happen? Whose problem is that? Client code or server code? In this scenario, observe, I am using the integration service or mock service. I am using integration service or mock service. Mock service, dummy service. Now tell me, if I am using the dummy service, test case fails, sir. Whose problem is that? Client problem. Whose problem is that? Client problem. That is what we are doing, sir. Sir, how to do this one? How to get this mock? By using injector. By using what, sir? Injector dot get the controller. Get the controller. So this is the way we are going to test our logic. In this way, we are going to test our logic. All this one is available in our common HTTP testing package. Common testing package. So now I am asking the student, everyone to practice this code and understand this code. Now observe, get student by ID. What is the one we are doing? Get the student and give the fix the test data and access this one. Now this is the way I can test my service code. So guys, in the same way, we can test our component as well as our directive also. Go through the code and understand the code. Again, I'm telling sir, for reference purpose only use this one. For reference purpose only, you don't use it in your means. In the interviews, they will ask you, do you know testing? Yes, I know about the testing. What kind of testing you are using, Jasmine? Can you give me the explanation? What is explanation you are going to give, sir? I will write the describe method and I will write the iteration method, and by using the test bed I can get the data. So this kind of explanation you need to give, sir. Again, I am telling, by writing code you learn by seeing the code. That is what my suggestion for you. Go through the code and understand the code, sir. And let me give you some of you are asking few questions related to. So name the building blocks of Angular. What are the building blocks of Angular, sir? We already know. What is the one, sir? Modules are there, component is there, template is there, routing is there. All these things are what's the building blocks of the Angular. What is transpiling, sir? What is transpiling? What is transpiling, sir? Your JavaScript code, sorry, your TypeScript code is converted JavaScript means language to the another language. That is why we call it as what's a transpiling. We call it as what's a transpiling. So remember this note, sir. And in the same way, how to send the data? How to send the data from one component to, sorry, data bind. So right now, from parent to change, from the parent to the child, sir, when we are doing such kind of thing, at the time I want to verify when the value changes, I want to go for the NG on changes. Can you tell me the difference between components and directives? Now observe directives. What is the purpose of the directive, sir? It will add the behavior to the, could not it is nothing but existing DOM element. Basha, Basha, that is nothing but I'm going to give you Bootstrap live session, means you can get that. You can get that. Okay. So right now, what is the purpose of the directives, sir? Directives add the behavior to an existing DOM element. An existing DOM element. Components are nothing but we are going how to send the data. What is the use of @input and @output, sir? If you have a parent and child relationship, how to establish the communication, sir? From the parent to the child, what is the directive? What is the decorator I'm going to use it? @input. @input. From the child to the child to the parent, sir. @output. And in the same way, ng content. If you want to send the text content from the parent to the child, what is the one, sir? ng content. ng content. In the same way, what is the one, sir? How to move from one component to another component? What is the method? Navigate method. I guess we discussed about the view encapsulation also in the previous classes. How to generate the servicer, we already discussed this one also. What is dependency injection? What is dependency injection, sir? Providing the dependency object to the dependent is called as a what, sir? Dependency injection. How to handle the events, sir? How to handle the events? By using click, such kind of thing. What is a router outlet, sir? We already know router outlet is used to hold the content area. What is the use of expression? What is the use of expression? To access the data from where to where? Guys, what is the use of expression? To access the data from where to where? Component to the template. Component to the template. That is what the use of expression. How many types of data binding is there, sir? Property binding is there, event binding is there. Means property binding, event binding, two-way data binding, and data means uh, one-way data binding and two-way binding. Life cycle hooks, all this. What is single page application? Single page application we all discussed. Yeah, some of you asked about this one, sir. What is AOT? What is AOT? I some of you asked this question. So let me show you this one. Very simple. So this is my component. Now observe. Okay. Now I am asking the question. When you do the ng serve, what will happen, sir? All your test TypeScript code is converted into what code, sir? JavaScript. But observe, this is my why these are today very frequently disconnect. Maybe lost last reason. So observe here, sir. My TypeScript code is converted into what code, sir? JavaScript. But observe, I'm asking one simple question. This is your Angular syntax or HTML syntax? This is our Angular syntax. My browser cannot understand this syntax. So this compilation, if happens in the browser, this compilation, if happens in the browser, it is called as JIT, just in time compilation. But this compilation is also happens at the time of ng serve. This compilation we call it as what's a AOT. So if the conversion means template conversion is happens in the browser, we call it as what's a JIT. If the compilation happens in the server itself, we call it as what's a AOT. Now I am asking, which one will give you the more performance? JIT or AOT? Very good, Basha. Guys, which one will give you more performance? in the browser or at once in the server? AOT. That is why AOT is predominantly used in our application. That is what AOT is. So let me walk through the notes. Every Angular application get compiled internally, takes the JavaScript code and produce the ahead of the time. Does not happens every time for every user, but just in time, sir. For each and every user in the browser, it's going to be happen. So right now, what is Redux, sir? Redux is nothing but it is a library which helps to maintain the state of the application. Like to maintain the code, we can also use what's a Redux. It is not required for simple data flow. It is used for what's a having complex data flow. Having complex data flow at the time I will go for what's a Redux. And in the same way, ng class and ng style. It is nothing but what's a to loading what's a dynamic classes. I will go for the ng class to go for the dynamic CSS rules are ng style. So just go through the notes, sir, understand these questions, and it is very easy to answer. And these are the most important questions which are asked in the interview. So just go through the one, and there are other questions also you can practice. And in the same way, again I am asking, please take the time to read this entire notes, sir. Guys, this is not a copy paste notes. It is prepared by me around 2 to 3 months. I spent on the time on this one. So my suggestion is just go through the notes and understand the notes. Okay, thank you very much. And I will inform you about might be in the next weekend. I will take the server integration code like Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB integration. Not this weekend. In the next weekend, I will take this one. I will show you how to do the AOT, so token generation also. Okay, on the next weekend, I will inform you and in our WhatsApp group. So this is our last class, and again I'm telling practice and understand. Practice, understand. Thank you, guys. I'm stopping the class. Yes, buddy, I will do. Thank you very much.